The next method is creating a blog. Now, create a blog either about the product or on the niche in general. It depends on, again, what you're planning on doing, what keywords you're targeting, whether you're targeting a niche or a product or a problem. Again, this is decisions you need to make because you're the one that knows what you've done so far over the last few days. But what you want to do is you may decide, well, I'm going to create a blog specifically about the Canon FX75 GHR camera, for example. And by the way, I know nothing about cameras. But you may decide you're doing that, or you may say, well, what I want to do is I want to create a blog about Canon cameras. Or I may decide I want to create a blog about the Canon FX range of cameras. It depends on how targeted you want your niche to be. Blogs are very, very easy to create. You could create one on WordPress.org, blogger.com, or if you really want to build value, you'd install it on your own domain with WordPress, for example. Installing WordPress on it will make sure that it's very, very easy to use, and anyone can use WordPress. Dead simple, free to install. But it basically allows you to rapidly get a site up and running. And if you've got it on your own domain, then you're going to build value when you start link building to it. You can put articles on your blog. You can write unique articles and also write some PLR articles. What I would recommend is you have a combination of the two. PLR sort of bulks it out, if you like, adds a bit of extra to it. I would recommend for the first 2 or 3 weeks of your blog's life, have the majority being unique articles. So have sort of a 60-40 unique PLR, and as the blog ages, so you can sort of reduce the percentage of unique articles. It seems to work very well with Google. This Google loves unique content and Google loves blogs. The advantage of blogs is their nature is that they are regularly updated, and so the search engines, when they see a blog, will frequently come back and have a look to see what's going on there, because they know that there's often new content being added. You can write articles about the products, or you can review the products you are promoting. Now, obviously, if you haven't got the product, it can be a bit tricky to write reviews. However, it's not impossible. The easy way to do it is you go onto Amazon.com, find a product on there, and take parts of the reviews there, take some good points and some of the bad things, and create your own review from it. If it's not on Amazon, it's a ClickBank product, you're going to have to look for other people's reviews and look at the sales letter, and basically from all that create a review. I mean, in an ideal world, yes, you would go out and buy the product, but that's not always possible. You know, if I'm promoting a $5,000 television, for example, I may not be able to afford to go out and buy it in order to test it. I mean, you could always go to a shop if it's a physical product that's sold offline. You could go to a shop and talk to a shop assistant and find out what the good and bad points of the product is, and come home and write your review then. But when you write a review, what you need to make sure you do is point out the good things, but don't be gushing about it and say, oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread, it'll make you walk on water and make you a cup of tea in the morning. Don't do anything like that. What you need to do is you need to be positive about it and point out its good things, but don't be afraid to point out the negative points about it. People are much more likely to believe a review if it does tell you the bad points. If they buy something thinking, wow, it's an amazing, and they get it and think, well, the leg wobbles, they're not going to be impressed. But if you point out in the review, it's very, very good, but yes, the leg does wobble, but you can fix it by doing this, then people will be prepared, and you're going to find that you get much higher conversion rate. But what you're doing on your blog is you're pre-selling your visitors on your product. You want them to come to your blog, see the information, and sort of make their buying decision there. So pretty much when they click on the link to the merchant site, they've clicked on your affiliate link, then they're pretty much ready to buy. That's the state of mind you want them to be in. So you do have to pre-sell your visitors on the product, and you've got to bear that in mind the whole time when you're creating your blog. But it's a place to start building a relationship with your visitors. If you're really smart, you'll have some sort of lead capture on there. You'd have maybe you'll have a pop-in box, a light box, for example, that comes up in the middle of the screen, so they give you your email address. Maybe you'll give them a free gift, maybe a video or a report or something else. A report on, about the niche and about the product is often very, very good, because if it's got your affiliate links in it, people will probably read it and you get quite a high conversion rate, people clicking on it. But you're building a relationship here. You know, get your story on there, your picture, your name, your contact details. Build that credibility up, build that relationship, because it will help improve your conversion rate. And if you're funneling people into a list as well from your blog, then obviously you can market to them there and further build the relationship. And the best thing of all about this is you're building what we call valuable virtual real estate. You are building a website that, as you market it and direct traffic to it, it will increase in value. It will gain search engine rankings, it will gain page rank. And perhaps one day you may want to sell it, or you may change it and say, right, I'm going to put my own product on it, or so on and so forth. But you're building a valuable asset for your business and not promoting other people's sites. With the previous method, you're boosting the merchant up the search engines. With this, yes, you'll give the merchant some of a boost, but mainly you're promoting your own site. Your site is the one that's going to be found for keywords. So that's the real benefit of this. And the final method is squeeze pages. This is where you capture their email address from a web page. So what you may do is you would have a domain and there'll be a web page on it. It's all pretty much above the fold in most cases, and all it says is it gives them some information, tells them why they have to sign up, shows them the gift they're going to get if you're going to give them one, and asks for the email address. When they've signed up, they get directed straight to the merchant offer, the merchant page for the offer, so they don't go anywhere else. And that's how this one works. You capture their email address and then direct them to the offer. Then once you've got their email address, you can obviously market to them. What you're doing here, again, you're building two valuable assets. You're building the list. That's where the real power is. But at a later stage, you may decide you want to put a blog on the page. So quite often you find people start with direct linking using their own URL. Then they may put a squeeze page on, and then they may put a blog on eventually. So you can build it up like that. You don't have to pick one and say, right, I'm sticking with that one. You can move through these and change as your business develops. I mean, you may start with the domain URL redirect, and then when you realise it is working well, you move on to a squeeze page or onto the blog. And you may find that, well, once you move to a blog, your conversion rate plummets. So you say, well, that's no good. I'll go back to the other way. So you can make those sort of decisions. You've got that flexibility. But once you have a list, you don't just have to just sell them your products. You've got real good opportunity to sell them other products too. You can sell them anything else relating to that niche. You know, for example, if it's a hobby niche, for example, people are fairly fanatical about what they buy. They're not going to just want to buy that product. If someone's into dogs, they're not going to just want to buy a book on how to potty train a dog. They're likely to want to learn how to train their dog. They want to know about collars, leashes, where to walk your dog, you know, hygiene for your dogs, health for your dog, bowls and food. So you've got loads and loads of opportunities to market other products to them. They may not buy the original product, but they may well buy one of the others. And all of this would be done by autoresponder. You would populate the autoresponder with messages, and it would automatically sell for you. Now, there may be occasions when there's a new product or you find something really good that you send what we call a broadcast message, and that's a message that goes out specifically. It's a one-off to people on your list. You may decide you want to market a new product that's been released to the list, for example. A list is going to massively increase your profits. I know marketers who will turn around and tell you that they make more money from a single email to their lists than they do from their entire product sales for the month. A list is where the real value is. You can literally send an email and earn from it, and that's the benefit to you as a marketer. But of course you can combine it with creating a blog. We talked about this briefly on the previous page. You could have a squeeze page that then directs to your blog, or you may choose to have the pop-up window or the light box or the form on your blog for people to sign up to. You're going to have to test this to determine what gets a good sign-up rate. Now, I can tell you straight off that if you have a light box, a pop-up window, slide-in window with your subscription form on, and you've got a valuable free gift, that works very, very well. And typically, you can get anywhere from sort of 15 to 30 to 40 or even higher percentage of people subscribing. So a massive amount. So well worth your while looking at it. But the squeeze page and building a list is really a super affiliate technique, and it will make you very, very successful as an affiliate marketer. Many affiliate marketers don't bother doing any of this, so by doing so you'll stand out from the crowd. You'll be planning to be a super affiliate and you'll make lots of sales, because of course when a new product's released, you've got a list. You can send an email out to your list and instantly make sales. No waiting around to rank in the search engines or anything like that. And that's the benefit of the list. Now, your actions for today. Well, you've got to decide which method you're going to use. Are you going to direct link straight through to the merchant? Are you going to use a domain redirect? Are you going to create a blog with articles or reviews or pre-sales? If you do create a blog, is it going to be product specific, niche specific, or more targeted sort of specific? How specific are you going to be? Are you going to go for the exact model of the camera, the sort of FX type models, or are you going to go for the Canon brand? What are you going to do? You've got to decide that. Are you going to put a squeeze page on? Are you going to just have a squeeze page and redirect? Are you going to have a blog with a light box on it or other pop-up to capture email addresses? So that's what you need to consider. You have to really, really think about that. Now, obviously, if you're going for a squeeze page, you're going to need an autoresponder. So I showed you back right at the beginning, getthisautoresponder.com. Get yourself along to there and sign up and get yourself an autoresponder. And then your autoresponder will act as your 24-hour a day, 365 days a year salesperson, marketing for you. And that's absolutely vital and make a huge difference for your business. And of course, if you're going to do the blog or the squeeze page, if you're going to set it up on Blogger or somewhere like that, you're not particularly building an asset of your own. These sites frown against overt commercialism and can literally just close you down overnight and you've lost everything. So I would always recommend that if you can, build it up on your own domain. So you're going to need some web hosting, and I'd recommend you go to professionalhosting.com. Again, I showed you this right at the beginning, professionalhosting.com. Sign up for an account there. Remember, it was a baby account that you wanted. Allows you to host lots of different domains, and that's perfect for you to get started. So basically, that's where you need to be. So your actions again for today. Decide which of these three methods you're going to use. And if you need to, go to getthisautoresponder.com and get an autoresponder. Go to professionalhosting.com and sign up for a hosting account. Baby's good to start with. If you want to go for a different one, feel free, but Baby's good to start, and you can build yourself up from there. And then, of course, your other task for today, once you've decided which of these options you're doing, is to set it up and create it and make it happen. And that's really what you have to do. So by the end of today, you need to have decided which of the linking methods you're using and to have it all set up and ready to go. Because tomorrow we start promoting your website using free methods and going to start driving traffic to it, which is really, really exciting.